All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. This has turned into a two-part video. Partly because uh, I'm not very good at planning these things. I just sort of do them off the cuff. So nothing is really censored or anything like that. That's just me fucking around on camera. And also, you know, I get interrupted. I've got to work, do a whole bunch of things, and then it just turns into a really long video. And also, I I won't say I don't like to edit. I do like to edit, but I don't like to shorten things a whole bunch. I like to show the whole thing, and it ends up being hour-long videos, and everybody hates me for it, but it's fine. But this is part two. It is not the next day; it is the day afterwards. It's still 106 degrees, which it's gonna be that way, and even hotter for the foreseeable future because it's June and this shit ain't gonna stop until October probably. So, um, I've shot a couple of shots, probably around 30 shots on these new strings, just after work or at the archery range where I'm in between when I'm teaching kids and stuff like that. So, shot about 30 shots, but I want to get to about 120 to 150 before I put the peep sight in, just to let these strings settle in and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So cue the montage of just a bunch of arrows just being sent into a block target. So. So I want to interrupt this. I want to interrupt this montage. Um, have you guys ever like blank bailed or shot without a peep or anything like that? And you know when you don't have a sight or a peep sight or anything like that, you just don't care where it lands. You just shoot, and then all this, and then even even at distance, you start to get groups like this where and this one I aimed purposefully like way up here so that I didn't keep hitting the same spot. It's a weird phenomenon that you get whenever you like blank bail, or at least I do whenever I blank bail, and I start realizing that like it's all about your your shot process, or it is for me when I use a hinge. It's all about the release and not necessarily where the pin is. I mean, I have no peep sight and I'm still drilling things right in the center there. So um, everybody try blank bailing. Let me know how you guys do blank bailing. Let me know if you get the same thing I do, where like as long as your shot process is where it needs to be, it's weird. It's almost like the arrows just know where to go on that target. So let me know if you guys experience the same thing, and let me know if you don't. Love to hear stories about that. You know, one thing I really like about this alleyway on the side of my house, is the light conditions are like perfect, since the sun comes up this way and then sets over there. The lighting conditions are perfect to like see how that arrow flies. And these arrows are just, they're flying so well with these new strings. What I did after I finished the video is I kind of I put the draw stops back on, or limb stops back on, and then I put 3 full twists into this cable that runs on this side, and took 3 full twists out of this side. So the cam, because the cam was leaning that way a little bit, so now it's straighter. And also I went on the Elite Reddit page and stuff like that, and I read that a lot of these elites like to be 7/8. No, not 7/8. Instead of 7/8 away from the riser instead of 13/16. So that's what I did, and they appeared to be flying really well. So we'll see if that continues, and I think a lot of that has to do with my form as well. Although this is a way more forgiving bow than the bows I've had in the past. It also feels a lot quieter, and it feels like there's less vibration. There's not very much to begin with, but I think those old strings were causing a little bit of vibration. Oh, dinner break. There's multiple times in the last 2 weeks where I've been so busy that I'll literally come home at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, and just be like, why do I feel sick? And it's like, oh yeah, you haven't eaten today, dipshit. So let's take some chopped up burger, smoke it. Put some Thai sweet chili sauce on it. Good to go. We're up to about 70 arrows, so almost halfway. Let's keep it going. Okay, I've shot about 74 arrows in, I don't know, 45 minutes, however long it took me to film all this and eat dinner. And it is getting slightly fatiguing, but I mean, this bow is so freaking smooth that my shoulders don't hurt. It's just kind of tired. And that actually felt really good. It's just a joy to shoot. I love this bow. £70. It's not 80, but it's a smooth, very, very smooth, easy drawing 70 pounds. And actually, I took this to, or I got the bow scale, and this is actually 72 and a half pounds. So I gained 2 pounds, which is where the extra feet per second, the 4 feet per second or 2 feet per second was coming from. So strings get you an extra 2 feet per second. And actually, I'm probably going to measure that after this 150 shots tomorrow to see where it's at. See if it's still at 72 and a half pounds. I don't care who you are, that gets tiring after a while. $125. Oh, that was good. 125. Let's get to 135. Oh, I forgot the arrows. Dipshit. Gosh, I'd be in pain if I was shooting that old Hoyt. plus 7. 132. Let's do one more end, and we're good to go. Last end, then we'll put our peep in. I feel good with 130 to 140 shots. Dead center. Oh. Go. Okay. Plus 7. 139. I'm totally fine with that. 140 arrows. Those strings should be very well broken in by now. So I'm going to install the peep and then come back and see if my sight tape matches up and see if it needs to be moved. It probably does. So let's do it. 139 shots. So that's 100 shots in... No, it's like 109 shots in less than an hour. My shoulders are going to be fucked tomorrow. 140 shots through these new strings on the Exalt 35. I'm going to install the peep now. I don't remember what this is. I think it's 3/16, but it's just a standard run-of-the-mill peep. Nothing special. I don't run lenses or anything, so I don't have that Raptor peep or anything like that. Nothing fancy like that. So need to take the draw stops off and put it in here. Take just enough pressure off of it so that I can install the peep. There's 2. Just enough off of this to take the pressure off. There we go. Actually, it's too much. What about right there? Perfect. Okie doke. Looks like our marks are right here. And we'll see if that's the correct place to put it. Ah. Here we go. Split the cable. Leave that thing in there. You know what? Fuck that thing. I'm going to put it in a piece of D-loop. I don't feel good about that. Go. Go. Oh, just dropping everything. Fray the ends, burn, and then put them in there. Good enough. Okay, we got our placeholder in there. Where the fuck did I put that peep? Damn it. Crisis averted. I will drop this thing at some point. I always have to think about this. Nope, other way. There we go. That's it, right there. Okay. Let's try that right there. Put an arrow in. I'm going to come back and get to my anchor point to see where it's comfortable and then see where it's at. And we'll adjust from there. Just got to remember not to shoot it. Okay, that's comfortable. Oh, that's right there. I've literally never had that happen. I was like, yep, that's comfortable right there. Open my eyes and it's just right there. That's perfect. Okay. That's awesome. Hell yeah. And then just to make sure it doesn't move anymore, I am going to mark it again so that it's abundantly clear where that thing's supposed to be. So we've got a reference point so that if it does come loose, we can just cinch it down. There we go. Let's go test it out. See if I fucked anything up. But it looks good. Okay. 20 yards, let's see what happens. There we go. This is probably not 20 yards, this is probably 18, but we'll see if we're close. Okay, we're high. So I've just got a little bit of peep twist right now. Let's shoot another one, see what happens. Okay, that needs to come down just ever so slightly. Oh, that's actually hard. Slide it down. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. It's a little bit more than I was expecting, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this peep off again, and we're just gonna reverse it. Yeah, we're gonna reverse this thing, and I think we should be right where we need to be once we just reverse this peep. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Maybe I just like kind of forgot to do something, or maybe it moved on me, I don't know, but we just reversed it on the other side, and I pulled it back a couple of times and put it back to my eye about 5 or 6 times, and it stayed in the same spot. So we tied it back in. Let's see what happens. Yep, it's right there. Okay. So we are low. Oh, I mean our stabilizer. 5 minutes left on our SD card. We were low. Let's move it back to where we were. Close our eyes. Right there. Okay. We were going left. don't know where that went. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Oh, okay. We appear to be on target at 20 yards, so I'll see you next time at the range to get this sight tape all dialed in and stuff like that. Part 3?